Welcome back, guys. It's Byron Phillips from byronphillipsmedia.com. I hope you are well, staying safe, and you're keeping yourself isolated. So, like the intro has alluded, we are going to be breaking down the actual rig that I currently have been working on for the last couple of months. This has been a combination of working with clients and me working to improve my workflow, and as a result, the rig itself has grown and expanded with that. So we're literally just going to look at the rig itself and break everything down, and we'll get back to talking about it. So I hope you have found that interesting. The camera itself is completely modular, and I've created it that way because as I've been improving my workflow, the camera itself has been increasing in size and flexibility. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure is that the actual rig itself was modular, and that it allowed me to pull it apart easy and break it down and store it away nice and quick. But it also meant that I had a lot more flexibility in its usage, so I could use it in different scenarios and it completely suit my needs. So we will just break it down slowly, and we'll go through it. So everything has a quick release clamp, and the reason being is to maintain the modular status of it. Now the camera itself has a magic arm, it's got a top handle, and it's got a side handle. The majority of this is by Small Rig. I'm not affiliated, but I just find that they make really good equipment and they suit my needs perfectly. So the cage itself has got plenty of mounting options, as with the top handle. This side handle was originally intended for a mobile phone, but I've bought it thinking that it would be okay, and it is. But there's two little prongs that come here, and I've had to shear those off in order to make sure that the contact was flat and get this as tight as I can. But as it goes, it's working out perfect, so I'm really happy with this setup. Now this allows me to go out with the family, and my partner is not going to punch my head in because it's not that monstrosity that you see there. So the battery will last about an hour and a half, and that's plenty of time with the family. So yeah, so this is working out perfect, and this is nice and simple and small. Now if I was to go with a client, I would want to make sure that I've got a lot more mounting options for the monitor, the audio, and a lot more contact points, and in its current setup that's not going to achieve that. I also need all day shooting, and what I've done for that is I've literally got a dummy battery in here, and it's going to connect to an external battery, which I've got a few lying about, so I've utilized what I've got in order to make that work. So I will just put that down like so. Slide this out. So this is the next part. This is allowing me to use the battery. So the external battery is being held by a mobile phone holder. This is attached to a riser, which allows me to attach some rods. Now this will work with the follow focus that I've got, and I've attached an additional bracket on the back here. Now this allows me to power the camera all day. It's given me an extra point of contact, so I can brace this against my chest. The camera can sit here, and I've got this in my hand, and it's a nice mobile setup. So this is another part of the puzzle whereby I can still keep things relatively light. If I want to shoot all day, I can still do that. It just means I've just got to attach that, which is no biggie. And there we go. So now I've got a much more stable system because I'm bracing it against my chest. I've got all day battery, but then I've also extended the options then of attaching the monitor here. The audio recorder will go there, and then my microphone will go here, and then this will free up this handle for me to carry it. The other option I've got is that I've got a flag which goes on the front, which literally allows me to block the sunlight. So the issue that I get with this particular lens is that you can get too much lens flare by having the flag. It allows me to position it. It's not a matte box, so it's not heavy and it doesn't go everywhere, but I can literally position it where I want, and that will cut out the light in the locations that I need it. So this is that part. Now the downside of this is that you can't lay it flat because of that handle. You would have to take the handle off in order for it to lay flat. But when you got the monitor on with the battery and all the other equipment, the last thing you want to do is rely on this base plate as the basically stability for it to sit down. I wouldn't trust it, to be honest with you. That's the last thing I'm going to do is wreck any equipment. So what I was using this bottom bit, and that was attaching. This quick release was here, but I've replaced this obviously, and then this then was attaching, and then that was become my tripod. But then I was coming across situations where I was laying this on the table and I wanted a fluid pan or tilt motion. This wasn't providing it. It's fantastic for keeping everything locked and being able to like level everything off, but I had a fluid head, so I thought I would use that to make the most of that situation. So then this handheld device then becomes a mobile station, which allows me to do some really nice smooth panning and tracking shots. So then this just clips in. Just tighten that down, and then you've got your mobile station. So then it literally just means all I've got to do is level it off, and then I can use it as a mobile station. And the same with that, I just unlock this, and then so that works out perfect. And the added weight means it's much more stable when it comes to actual footage. So in a moment I'm going to show you some footage that I've taken with this. None of it has been stabilized. It is purely all done by the camera. Now the G7 is a light camera, but with this additional weight it really helps to stabilize the footage so you get that nice handheld feel. So this is perfect, and this still allows me then to rest this against my leg, and if I want to use the pan and the tilt, I can just literally do it nice and smooth, which is allowing me a hell of a lot of flexibility. So I can either use this as a handheld system or it's a mobile rig which I can just place down anywhere and get some really nice panning and tracking shots. So then after I did that, I thought, well, I've got a bloody small slider. if I'm ever using this as a station, I can always just sling this in the bag. I've put the quick release plate on that, so it's literally a case of taking this bad boy off, putting it here, getting it set down. It's been thick. And there we go. I've then got a mini slider station. So if ever I need to do any tracking shots or push in or pull out shots with the smooth slider, I've got that, and it literally took 2 seconds, well, a little bit more than 2 seconds, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to achieve with that. And with this particular slider, it's got those arms which allow you to adjust the tracking, so I can either focus in on an object or do a pan, which makes it much more flexible as a system. And all I need to do is just take it off and then put it back, which is nice. The other option I've got then is that I've got a Galaxy, like the Flycam, the Galaxy Flycam Dual Galaxy, oh for fuck's sake. I've got the arm basically with the springs that the guide cam can go on, which makes everything easier. But like I mentioned before, I don't think I did mention it before, but I'm going to mention it now. Don't know why I did the pinky. I'm having trouble with the Flycam because the current weight of the setup from this point onwards with the monitor and everything is too heavy for the Flycam. The other issue I got is that the workflow, if ever I need to change a lens or anything like that, it's taking too much time to rebalance it. And when you're a one-man band, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, and you can lose momentum, and it can really be frustrating, not for just yourself, but for the client as well. So what I've done is, I'm not using the Flycam for the time being. I'm using the Galaxy arm. And on the pole itself, I've actually put a clamp with a quick release plate, and all that does is allows me to take this rig, pull it off, attach it to the quick release plate of the arm, and then I can use the system on the arm. So this allows me then to shoot all day with the vest and not have to worry about the weight, because it sits out here and you can't do this all day. And that's been working out perfect. The caveat with that, and there is a caveat, is that because it's not using the Flycam, you're obviously not going to get the spot on smoothness, and you are subject to a lot of the hip movement, but with practice that is getting better. But I'm finding that I can be really flexible with the Flycam vest and the arm and putting this on, and it's just another way for me to provide better, great content. So I'm really pleased with how that's going. And the other benefit of that is that because I don't have to worry about rebalancing, I can change the lens, I can adjust the flag, and I don't have to worry about rebalancing. It's all done on the arm, it's all done here. So it works out perfect, and it's been working out great. It has. So that'll be another video for another day. So thank you for joining me. I hope that was informative, and please like and subscribe. It would be fantastic. I'm trying to grow the channel. It's taken a little bit of time. Please stay safe and well. I hope you guys are okay and you're looking after yourself. Keep isolated and look after your loved ones. It's Byron Phillips, and I will see you again.